You're really focusing on China. We've been talking about a slowdown in China just, earlier in the show. Some data coming in soft, but there are some stimulus efforts expected to come down the line. What does China's slowdown mean for Apple, a company that really focuses on China for growth?
I mean, Cupertino, really the hearts and lungs of the growth story have been Apple. For them is really China. If you look, China, that story, we see an uptick that's really happening. 300 bips of market share that we're seeing from an iPhone perspective. So you're seeing a slowdown, but ultimately in terms of Cook and Cupertino, we're actually seeing an uptick. And I think that's going to be front and center later this week, especially as we go into the drum roll for iPhone 15.
It's interesting. So you're saying they're gaining market share when it comes to iPhones. iPhone's a higher price point mobile phone, and in China they have a lot of lower price point ones. What's pushing this gain in market share?
I mean, you're really seeing much more of a push on ASPs. So you're seeing more and more
average selling price.
Average selling price. You're seeing, I'd say, upper middle income within China wanting that iPhone. That's why you're seeing those share gains. And also it comes down to the chip and some of the software they've introduced that has been another flex the muscles moment for this unparalleled install base.
All right. I want to talk about Amazon now, specifically when it comes to the hyperscaler business. So we saw Google Cloud report growth in the hyperscaler business. We also saw Meta actually boosted spending in the so-called year of efficiency when it comes to AI. We're talking staff and data centers. What are you expecting when it comes to Amazon, when it comes to AI and also cloud growth?
Look, no doubt. I mean, they're a little behind the eight ball when it comes to AI. If you look what Nadella and Microsoft have done, and of course Google and what we've seen from Kurian out there, and I think that was on display last week. I think for Jassy, it's really showing that there are going to be an AI player. You have seen some share losses, I think, from Microsoft, from Google, but I'm expecting a cloud beat. I think this is going to be the theme here, is that despite many of the bears come out of hibernation mode a little during earnings, you've seen cloud flex their muscles. And if you look at big tech, this has really had the bull smiling. And I think this is going to be in just another Thursday night spectacle for the bulls that really shows a big tech earnings is starting to see an uptick. And I think that's the important thing.
So what does Amazon's report possibly tell us about big tech overall? Because they have such a diversified business. There's not only the cloud business, there's the retail e-commerce business. There's also some ad business in there. And of course, we're all kind of waiting to hear their next development when it comes to AI. Specifically when it comes to Amazon, what is it going to tell us about big tech and the potential of this rally continuing? You've been one of the most bullish on big tech and the Magnificent Seven.
Stronger, getting stronger. I mean, in our opinion, the new tech bull market is underway, despite many yelling fire in a crowded theater. And I think what we're going to see here is that you're seeing numbers move up, especially even in 2024. The cost cutting, rip the Band-Aid off has been a benefit. And I think you'll see that on display with Amazon. I think when it comes to AI, we are in a fourth industrial revolution. I think this is an AI gold rush that's starting out. Not just big cat tech. You look at names like Palantir, the Messi of AI, and some others. So in my opinion, this is just get out the popcorn for big tech.
You're front running me now. I did want to ask you about Palantir. You call Palantir the Messi of AI, obviously referencing the international soccer star. What are you expecting from this report? What can they say that we haven't already heard? They've already told us they're the leader in AI. We know they're working with the government. We know they're gaining commercial customers. What else can they tell us that we haven't already seen?
It's really about showing not just on the government side, but commercial success. And I think that's really what I think is the golden jewel for them, is that parlaying the success in the 202 area code to AI now more on the enterprise, because that's really where the gold rush is. And as a pure play, they're the best pure play AI name out there, which is why they are the Messi of AI. And I think this fourth industrial revolution, they are going to be a major player along with big tech.
I want to put you on the spot. We're showing the Palantir chart, by the way. Palantir shares up 5% right now in the pre-market. We just showed a wall of the Magnificent Seven in the year-to-date outperformance, outperforming the market by far. Which one of those, if you had to pick one, do you see as the most likely to cool down in the second half? No, yeah, I'm cornering you on this one. No long explanations. You got to pick one out of the Magnificent Seven that you're less bullish on.
Look, I think if you look at Amazon, because ultimately my view of where they are in the cloud versus Nadella and Redmond as well as Google, if there's one that's going to cool down, it would be that one. But I do believe tech stocks are up 12 to 15% second half of the year. The bears continue to go into hibernation mode. And I think it's to get out the popcorn time for the bulls.